If you have a planner lover in your life, welcome to my 2025 holiday gift guide. I have a couple items that I recommend, some suggestions for if you know somebody who really loves planners, organization, notepads, things like that, and you are trying to figure out what to get them for the holidays. Here are a few suggestions and ideas. I'm gonna start with the number one thing that I am most obsessed with. I was gifted this in March, and then when my birthday rolled around in June, I asked for more, and I'm not gonna ask for more right now because I am good, but I am absolutely obsessed with these erasable pens. Okay, these erasable pens have changed my life, and that's because they actually work, but they're nice pens too. I feel like if something is like cool or unique or gimmicky, like it's a pen that can erase, well then the writing itself isn't good, but the colors are so good. It writes so well. It's just like such a nice pen, and you can get a 5-pack or you can get the bigger pack. It comes in every color you can imagine. And I just want to show you how good this is. I'm randomly on April, so I'll just do like a little thing here and I'll do another pen test up close so you can see. But it is just crazy. You do a little scribble and you erase, and there aren't even any of those erasing shavings like there are with pencils. And like, it's amazing. You can't even see it. So I could not recommend these anymore. They're the Frixon Clicker 07 Erasable. I had a friend visit and she was like, you don't have those? Oh, you'll love them. I'll send you some. And she sent them to me and I was just obsessed. I think the original pack I got was black, red, blue, green. Maybe there was one other, but now I have moved on to like coral, regular pink, orange pink, purple. There's like a million different colors. So anyway, could not recommend these more. Now let me tell you about another pen that is just a classic. If you know a teacher in your life, or I don't know, anybody who likes a good flare pen, you got to get the pack. So again, I have a million of these too. You can get them as like the 12-pack or the 24-pack. And again, they come in every color. I mean, do I really need this bright yellow? But these just write so nicely, and I feel like they're a classic gift, so I really recommend those. I feel like of the two, I've definitely been writing with the erasable ones more, but for my large calendar, I like these sometimes because it's a little bit bolder. It's definitely a bolder pen compared to the erasable, but they're both good depending on what you're looking to use them for. So anyway, we've got both of those pens, which I highly recommend. Now, next up, let me go to the back here because I want to do another demo, is I purchased some highlighters that I'm really happy with. Now, I've had highlighters and they're just fine, but I wanted something that was a little bit tamer in terms of color. Like I didn't want the super bright. So it came as an 8-pack. I think I have most of them over here. I'll do a little pen test for this too. But we've got just like a nice, like almost like a brownish color. There's a blue, a purple, a green, a pink. So I will just, again, do a little pen test. These are so nice, and they're really nice and pigmented, but they're not too bright. I was kind of concerned about that because I was like, if I get these and they're light, maybe they're the tone or the color that I want, but they're not gonna show up, and that has not been the case at all. So anyway, I'll show you all 8 of these in color, but I really like these. They're the Mr. Pen. They come in an 8-pack, and just really, really like those. Again, if you're looking for something that's kind of elevated, you don't wanna give regular highlighters, this would be a really good idea. My next suggestion is a Happy Planner sticker book. Now, everything has gone up in price ridiculously over the last few years, and when I was buying these sticker books in 2017, they were $19.99, and they are still $19.99, and they're always on sale too. I was gonna say, go to Joann's. They're always like $13.99 there, but as you know, RIP Joann's. So anyway, that's, thing of the past. And I don't know if Michael's still sells them. I was there a lot back in the day. I don't live near Michael's anymore, so I can't say if they're on sale there or not. And one of my Michael's, at least mine, the one that I used to live near, was trying to clear out their planner section. Like I noticed that it was slowly getting smaller. Everything went on clearance. So if you don't want to go there to a craft store, you can always go online to Happy Planner. And by the way, I'm on all the planner websites right now. It is November and everything is like 20 to 30% off, maybe even a little more. I think retailers have stopped doing Black Friday the day after Thanksgiving, and especially because Thanksgiving's so late and all the other retailers are doing it, everything goes on sale mid-November now, even early mid-November, so definitely check that out. But looking at this, I think this is just a really nice option because they have everything. They have summer, they have seasonal, Harry Potter, Disney, they've got reading. Looking at all of them, there's 7 pages of sticker books, which is, so fun. They have teachers, they have ones for pets, homeschool every day. They've got the quote ones. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Whimsical season. I love a seasonal one. And like the seasonal one, $19.99, it's on sale for $10.99 right now. And that's fun too if you like to decorate your planner each month or your calendar each month, and you get the summer ones, you get the fall ones, just all of the seasons. There's a value pack with all sorts of them. Garden, home sweet home, essential holiday. There is a budget one. That one's 60% off, which is amazing. So anyway, this is a good one if you know somebody will use it, especially because this could show that you know them well if they, like I said, are a teacher, if they are into Harry Potter or Disney. There are so many options where you could cater to what they do with their planner, their hobbies, their interests, all of that. So I really like that. Now, another sticker thing I want to suggest is something that I just ordered, and this is from Plum. You can order a sheet of stickers. I think it was $11.95. That doesn't include shipping, but Plum is another one that's on sale. Everything's 30% off right now. That is, I think, going to go on through Black Friday. I can't promise anything, but usually they have a pretty good sale throughout November. So you can get a sheet of stickers, and it comes in 4 different categories, or I guess I should say there's 4 different sections. And each section, you can change the color. And then on each sticker, there's probably like 10 or 12 per section. You can change an icon and you can put text in there. So let's say you want to help, you want to gift maybe like a mom, an aunt, a grandparent, somebody you help them set up their calendar every year. I feel like planners are sometimes good. You know, continually give a gift of a planner or a calendar to the same relative. Maybe it's like a, repeat gift, and they just come to know that you're going to give it to them. Sometimes it's nice to sit down with them and say like, hey, let's talk about all the dates you want so you don't have to handwrite them in. So you go through and you pick the icon, and it's like a birthday cake or a present. And it's like, this person's birthday, that person's birthday. You go through all the birthdays. Then you go through anniversaries. Then if you're afraid you forgot someone, you can print the icon and a blank sticker so you could write it in later. You could put payday on there. I mean, you could do anything. So sitting with somebody, if you are the type of person or you have that relationship where you talk about a gift in advance, which I know I do with some members of my family, but not others. Sometimes people like the surprise, and other times people are like, let's talk about it. That would be a good gift if you want to sit down with somebody and be like, hey, I know I usually get you a planner. Like, what if we do custom stickers and we sit down and we talk about all the dates throughout the year? And then that way, when the planner comes or the calendar comes, you can put the stickers in. So anyway, Plum always prints everything so perfectly, so beautifully. This is my Plum planner here right now, and just anything I've ever ordered from them has been of the highest quality. So I definitely recommend that, especially if you can get it 30% off, especially if you can get free shipping because you're ordering it with maybe your planner or something else. All right, that's taking me into my next section. If you are close enough to buy somebody a planner, here are the planners I recommend to gift. Now, I only gift a planner to one person, and that is my mother-in-law every single year, because we sit down and we make the planner together, and it's a Plum planner. Their planners are so personal that I really think you have to know exactly what somebody wants, or they might not use it, right? So if you are a sit down with a person, I want to give you a really nice planner, of course, Plum. Like, sit down with them, help them pick out their cover, their extras, design it. Again, you can't go wrong, especially if you order in November, and you can get that 30% off because they're not inexpensive planners, but they are a really nice gift. And then with all the customizations, the other person can tell you exactly what they want. So if you want a custom planner, definitely Plum. If you're looking for a more generic planner, this is definitely not as high end, but I really love this brand because I just feel like it's a good layout. You can't go wrong. Paper is the only thing that I'm like, I wish that were like a skosh nicer, but I still love this planner, and that's the Eccolo one. They have the prettiest covers. I love the layout where you have the days on the one side, you've got the week overview on the other. It is simple, it is flat, it's not too big, it's not too small. It's like the Goldilocks of planners. It's perfect, and it's a great price point, usually between like $18 and $25. So that is a great generic one. If you're looking for a monthly, get the sugar paper one. It is so pretty. It's flat, and it is something that is just, I think it looks so elegant. The covers are usually really simple, but it's big enough. It's usually like an 8.5 by 11. You have space to write. The boxes in the monthly are not lined, so you have room to write whatever you want, and it's just really, I think it's like a really simple and elegant planner all at the same time. If you want a desk blotter or a big hanging wall calendar, the Day Designer is 10 out of 10, the best planner in the whole world. I have used it. I'm about to buy it for the 4th year in a row. Now, I saw it just went on sale, I believe, at Staples, and usually it is a little bit cheaper if you get it at Target, but I haven't seen it at Target, so we're gonna wait and see. But it is really big. I like how on the side there's space for writing like to-dos and other miscellaneous notes, and how at the bottom it's got the at a glance for the whole year, which again, I really like because you can just look real quick and be like, oh, January or April or whatever, the 13th falls on this day of the week, and it's easy for planning, especially if it's hanging in your office and you are a remote worker, so you're like in meetings all the time. You can just take a glance and look if you're doing any type of planning. It's really nice paper. The printing on it is always so nice every year. Usually there's little like gold embellishments, and just, I can't imagine using anything else. So I'll be getting that for the 4th year in a row. And that's just the best hanging calendar and blotter if you're looking for that. Now, if you don't know somebody well enough, but you want to give them something like that, but you're like not ready to commit to a full-on planner, what I recommend is one of these types of notepads. Now, I've reviewed some in the past, and I think they're a great gift just because you can give it to somebody, they can use it, they could take it and, plan out a day. Maybe they're not a planner person, but sometimes they still need to organize themselves, make to-do lists, get themselves situated for the week. And there are so many different options. So here are a few, just like there are so many, and they're at a great price point too. If you don't want to spend $20, $30, $40 on a planner, these are usually under $10, sometimes even as cheap as like $6 or $7. And again, so many different colors, layouts. You just can't go wrong with this. And this could also be good if you're doing some type of like white elephant, I need to make a little bit of a gift bag and I'm going to put something in there that's not going to be a planner. This notepad could be a really great option. Now, speaking of notepads, I am on the Emily Ley website, the Simplified website. It is so pretty. And these are different notepads that you could also do if you're not looking for something that's so like, I want to organize my day or my week or make a to-do list. They have a grocery list notepad, which is really pretty. I absolutely love, now this might be one you only use at the holidays, but this Nutcracker notepad is so cute. There's a weekly meal plan, just a scalloped lined notepad that I love. The cream striped notepad is so pretty. Again, super elegant. There's a bow one. So they have just like everything. They have this beautiful cottage floral. It almost looks like watercolor, and just like everything that is on her website is so nice. The Navy and Carolina legal pad set is also super useful and again, pretty. So there's a lot here, and like I've said, for every other website, everything's 30% off right now. I don't know how long that will last, but it's just really nice when you need something that is giftable, but you want it also to look pretty. She has just a very nice style, and so everything is nice. If you are looking to kind of make a gift basket or a set as well, that could be really nice. So maybe you want to give somebody something and you don't know them super well, so you could pair maybe one of those notebooks or notepads with pens and a small gift card or something like that. And then that way you have a couple different things happening in there, and it's still a nice gift, but it's a non-committal gift. And I hate to say that, but sometimes you do need, for somebody in the office, a coworker, like I said, a white elephant, a gift that you might not know somebody really well, or it might be going to somebody who you don't know because it's part of a game or a Secret Santa or something like that. And those are just high quality items that you can add. Now, also a high quality item you can add is a mug. I am really hesitant to suggest gifting a mug because I was a teacher, I've worked in an office. We all have too much drinkware, but these are two of my favorite mugs. They're both from World Market. World Market, if you have one near you, has the absolute cutest mugs this time of year. I love my little Nutcracker mug. Like, this is my favorite for the holidays. So if you wanted to do pens, a mug, and maybe a notepad, or pens, a mug, and a gift card, that could be really cute. This reminds me of like a little sweater. So I take these mugs out, and they're my pen holders for November and December, and then I put them away in the cabinet, and I don't drink out of them the rest of the year. Actually, I never drink out of either of these mugs, right? They're really cute, but I only use them as decorative mugs. Another mug that is really cute, but again, I hesitate to suggest it, is the Anthropologie mug that I feel like I see everywhere. I should have known. It was not my finest moment. I'll admit that. I should have known it was not microwave safe because there was gold on it. Did not know that until I put it in the microwave and it started sparking, and I was like, oh my God. So just make sure if you gift that, it's really pretty, and it's a great price point too. I think it's like, well, actually, I'm not gonna say how much it is because it's been a little bit since I got it. It's really pretty. Just make sure the person knows to not put it in the microwave, which I've also stopped buying mugs that you can't put in the microwave because, like, it's a mug. It goes in the microwave. So anyway, mug could be really nice, but again, maybe see if you feel like that makes sense depending on how well you know the person, because everybody has so many cups, mugs, and all of that, but could be a good option, TBD. And then lastly, I'll just say like a nice set is always good. Like I mentioned before, pairing 2 or 3 of these items is a good idea. And that's it. That's all I have for you. I can't believe it's the holidays, and it's just, I don't know, it's nice to be able to gift things to people and, you know, celebrate this time of year. So if you have any suggestions, anything that I missed, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. I want to also add that I know this is similar to last year's gift list, but I really try to be practical. I don't like to come up with like a lot of miscellaneous stuff that feels like junk. I hate to say that because, you know, one person's trash is another's treasure, but like the little fancy paper clips and stuff, sometimes I feel like you get that and you're like, unless you know somebody's going to use it, you're like, this is just going to be kind of cluttery. So I really like to pick stuff that I feel like will be a good option for whoever is getting it. So like I said, you know, gifting, a good gift or a bad gift is in the eyes of the beholder. But if you have any additional ideas, I would love to hear them in the comments below, and an early happy holidays too. So thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.